Hello and Guru Scott. On this video we're going to be replacing the faucet cartridge on this old Price Pfister single cartridge type faucet. This one has one handle, you just pull it out and it goes hot and cold water. Last year I replaced the cartridge, but I used a non-original part. I used one I got at one of the hardware stores, and it's all loose and crappy, and it's real hard to pull out, so I'm going to replace it with a genuine Price Pfister version. And we'll put the exact part number in the description. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take off this little plate here that exposes a screw underneath. It's pretty simple to pull out. You just take a Phillips type screwdriver. There's a screw right there, you take it out and you pull this knob off. So I'll get that far and I'll come back and I'll tell you about shutting off the water before you go and actually loosen the cartridge. At this point I have the cartridge out, and by the way, this is about a 38-year-old fixture. So I really like and I want to keep it because this was good, high quality American manufacturing that you just don't find anymore. So you'll notice this piece comes out right here and it's got two flat spots on it. So I'm going to turn the water off and I'm going to release all the water pressure in the house by opening a few other faucets. Then I'll take a large crescent wrench, turn left to loosen, and take this off. So I'm going to get all that set up and we'll come back and we'll loosen it up and we'll take it out and I'll show you what to do next. Okay, I put a large crescent wrench on here and it's left to loosen just like this. So I've got it loosened up to where I can turn it by hand. Take this part out here. Comes out just like that. And now I'm going to pull this whole cartridge assembly out. You may have to use a pair of pliers to get it out. Okay, so I pulled the old one out. I just put the knob on to use it as a leverage point to pull it out. So there's nothing to really clean out or do anything in here. But what I am going to do is I'm going to prepare the new cartridge with some Krytox grease. I'm going to lubricate all these O-rings really, really thoroughly before I put it in. So I'm going to do that, get that set up, and I'll come back. Okay, so there's a locator tab on here, right here. So this is going to go in this way. I put a lot of grease on it. The reason being is these tend to stick, and it's not a very efficient type faucet. It's not really actually that great of a design, to be honest, but I love it, so I want to keep it. So we're just going to insert it in there like this and use the locator tab to push it all the way in. So I'll get all that done and then I'll show you how to put on the other piece. So I'm ready to install this part. I'm just going to put a little bit of this pipe thread sealant around here just so it won't leak through here. It shouldn't anyway, but I'm going to put it on there and then I'm just going to barely snug it up. It doesn't need to get very tight, and I'm just going to use a tiny amount of this pipe thread sealant. So I'll get that done and I'll come back. Alright, so I've snugged this up and the flat spot stops up here. You'll see when it seats, flat here, and that's when you know it's all the way down. And so it's just snug, not super tight. And so now I'm going to reinstall the knob and we'll turn the water on and test it. So we'll get that done and come right back. I've reinstalled my knob and now I'm ready to put the little label part on, and I'm going to install it like this. And that is going to tell me that when it's pointed down, red is hot coming out the bottom. When it's blue, cold's coming out the bottom. So there we go, just like that. Works great, nice and easy. The one I put in there, the over-the-counter replacement that was a synthetic one made by some other company, just wasn't any good at all. So I really would highly recommend you use the original Price Pfister part. And also the other thing I wanted to say is that if you don't have any Krytox grease like this, just get some plumber's O-ring grease and put it on there. You don't want to use Vaseline because Vaseline tends to eat up the O-rings. So that's all there is to this video. Thanks for watching. Tschüss.